Alright, so you're probably wondering why I have this Can-Am Spider. No, it's not mine, it's my dad's, but we're moving it here so I can work on the Ramcharger and have just a little more space because the Mustang is actually a hella bad garage getting some work done. Alright guys, you can see the Ramcharger right here behind me. Dad's picking a movie on the TV so we can listen to a movie, not necessarily watch it while we work. So we don't have the fenders or the front clip on the Ramcharger yet. That's because we want to go ahead and finish all the little details around the truck before we put the fenders on because it is so tall. We don't want to be bending over and reaching over the fenders. So let's get into some of the details about the little things we got to do right now. All right, so we're doing the divide and conquer way. We've got myself and Dad and all the jobs we're gonna do. All right guys, so we're about to get started. Quite a bit of work to do, but we're pretty confident we can knock out most of it today, aside from maybe the painting like I mentioned earlier. So let's take a look at that steering shaft. All right, so one of the things we're gonna change is actually this steering shaft and this piece right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but the shaft moves before this piece moves. So when I hang on to it, you can see the delay. Go to the right, there you go, Dad. And you can feel it, right? So what that happens is you can actually turn the steering wheel back and forth and it doesn't grab. There's just like dead space between you turning and you actually feeling the tires turn. So got this new kit here and look at this beefy joint right here. So this is gonna replace this right here, right? And then the new shaft is right here. And this will go ahead and go into the OEM spot. And then just like that, this does extend and it goes right into this piece. All right, got the new steering shaft in, got everything buttoned up. Yes, I used a little bit of Loctite on these right here, as well as this one right there. If you're doing this, you don't want to install this too close to the box because then you can't tighten this nut. But everything's nice and tight, and the steering is also nice and look at that. Just bam, bam, bam. Nice. So that's done. Dad finished doing some undercoating. And now what is this?
So this is Rust Williams, and this is not sponsored. Rust Dissolver. So this cleans up these parts fairly nicely.
So it literally converts the rust and then you wipe it off. And it's a lot better than sanding everything because then we get all that dust in the air in our noses and then it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I've used it before and it works great. You brush it on and close it off.
Yep, and then you're gonna do some implement on these or paint?
No, I'm gonna paint these ones.
Okay, these are gonna get painted.
Yes.
Before they go back in. You wanna talk about, real quick, the U-joints, what we read online?
So I've read online that a lot of these factory U-joints are actually better than a lot of the replacements that you can find now in the market. So these are all greasable, and I've decided to go ahead and hold on and install the same ones. I'm gonna grease them up really good. And if they fail, then I'll go ahead and get some new ones. But for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and stick to the same ones.
Nice. All right, so what I've got laid out here in front of me is the steering stabilizer for the rest of the Rough Country kit. So it is a Rough Country 4-inch lift. If you're new here, you can watch previous videos and see that. But basically, I'm just gonna go ahead and install this. Dad's finishing up the rear brake line, and we need to locate a part that we lost, which is for the front brake lines. We did have to fabricate one of the lines that I cut, and it's right over here. Here it is, so I need to go ahead and fish this in there as well. But got everything up on top of the Ramcharger complete. Dad, you've got the axles in the back or outside, getting some heat, right, for paint?
The drive shafts.
The drive shafts, not axles. You got the drive shafts back there, you got them cleaned up, and they just need some paint. So we're gonna keep on boogieing here. installing the steering stabilizer from Rough Country, and we came across one little problem. Now this completely delayed and kind of like set off a trajectory of other things going on today, and that's typically how it goes when you're building your car. So let's talk about what I found wrong. All right, so here we've got the base plate that goes onto the front axle right up against this front diff, right? So you got to leave a little space so it does not rub or interfere against your sway bar here. It's not a sway bar, it is a tie rod. Anyways, it comes with some studs that go here together, and it mounts it to the plate, right? Your first stabilizing shock. Now the problem is, you see the other plates up here nice and loose, is that this is completely different than what comes here. In fact, this looks more like what belongs on like an outer tie rod or something, right, with the beveled edge, so it can go into something like this and wedges itself in there. So anyways, I ended up ordering 4 because this is the only one that I got like this. And in all the pictures from Rough Country, it shows this piece just like this on both pieces here and on the outer edges just like that, just in case. So I'll replace all 4 of them so they're all even, all the same brand. So that kind of slowed me up because I was trying to figure that out and thought maybe that we just misplaced the parts, because we ordered this kit about a year ago and we went through everything and there's not really much to look through and we can't find anything. Besides that, all of the Rough Country parts that we got in the boxes, we left it all together, so I have no clue where it could have disappeared to if they were included in the box. That's the other thing. The steering stabilizer kit was all in one box essentially. So anyways, that slowed me up. Other than that, I went ahead and did the front brake line. Now the entire time that I was working on the brake lines and the stabilizers, Dad was working on prepping and painting the drive shafts, right? So he went ahead and used that rust converter, and then he used farm implement. So Dad also did install the rear brake line just like I did on the front. And the last thing he's waiting to do is install the 2 rear shocks. And again, because it's been over a year, we don't know where the washers are for the rear shock. So in order to install them, Dad had to go to the auto parts store, get some washers to make sure we can install those rear shocks, and that should wrap everything up there. I'm actually about to grab the automatic transmission fluid and fill that rear transfer case, and that'll almost be my list because of the front steering stabilizer. So a lot of little things ate our lunch today, but we still made progress. How you feeling?
I'm tired.
You look tired. I'm tired too.
Yeah, but I thought we were going to get much more accomplished, but the things that come up that you're not expecting, you have to deal with. So.
Yeah, this is what, our 3rd movie? We've seen, what was the first movie we watched? Smoking the Bandit.
We watched Smoking the Bandit,
Jurassic Park, Fun with Dick and Jane, and now Anaconda.
Yeah, Anaconda. That's the
4th movie. So we went through 3 solid movies. Now we're stuck here. And if you haven't noticed, the little Jeep, it's from my son. Got to get this thing up and running. We got it for free basically, but it's pretty much new. It just doesn't go. So we're figuring that out. All right, so it's been 2 weeks since we've worked on the Ramcharger, and that's because life and work and everything starts getting in the way. And I just finished a couple of really cool events. We just did Mustang Unleashed with Ford Motor Company. So you'll be able to tell how delayed this video is. Picking up the Mustang, getting stuff done for the Mustang to get it ready for his first drift event, changing things on the Mustang even after I paid for some work to get done. Decided that I wanted to make some changes. So it's like I'm balancing and juggling all these different things, and it's like I just run out of time. Like at this last event, I ended up just taking this RTR Spec 2 home because I was so much closer to home than I was to work, and I was already exhausted. That I was just like, man, I'm just gonna drive home and I'll deal with this on Monday. But I've got like half projects done up. Here's what I'm doing to the Mustang, so you guys know. Changing the master cylinder. Here I've got a new Willwood. They're different sizes, and I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'm going to get into it in probably the next couple of videos. Tons of changes have been done. It's starting to rain. Tons of changes have been done to the Mustang. You'll see, it's exciting stuff. The car is, I could not be happier. But now what I'm going to do is head over to Dad's house. We got a couple parts in, and we're really just going to finalize the stuff that we put on the list. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping up progress on the Ramcharger. we're hoping here in the next couple of, I'm gonna say the next month, we got this truck running so we can enjoy it in the summer here in Texas. And this is YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out. All right, I'll show you a quick walk around on this Mustang. I know it's raining, but it's worth it. There it is, RTR. The grill vents. Oh yeah, I just need to take this puppy home. We'll see you next time, guys. Peace.